Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing about Bitcoin and the crypto market. So let's get straight away into the chart so I can show you what I think is going to be happening for the next few weeks. But of course, before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more news and updates. Now, straight away I want to show you something which is quite interesting, is that tomorrow, the next 48 hours, we're going to have the monthly candle closure. So this is going to be the monthly, the end of the month. So March, today is the 30th of March. So by tomorrow, we are going to see if we're going to be able to close this candle at this level over here. As you can see already, guys, we went on the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months on a straight line pretty much. And at the moment, we should be closing around this level at $69,000. So what is the implication here? The implication is the fact that this is going to be the highest monthly candle ever, and of course that could signify lots of strength to go onwards. So the thing is, the path is already, from a macro point of view, has already been defined. And again, like, I'm not saying that we're not going to see pullbacks anymore, but of course, I would say, like, in the next 6 to 12 months, the likelihood of a huge pullback is going to be less obvious compared to what it was before when we were into a bear market and so on. So I would say that, as I was saying before, from a macro point of view, I'm expecting Bitcoin to reach a local top maybe around May or June at around $90,000. So the 90,000, which could be coming as early, as I said before, as maybe 1st of June or 1st of May, in case BTC decides to go into like a parabolic move. But after this 90,000, guys, I'm expecting a bigger correction. And the reason being is because, first of all, the stock market is hyperextended. Second of all, we're going to enter into that typical sell in May and go away, which is a standard rule for the stock market to sell their shares. And of course, the thing is, we just pumped too much, and the retracement is about to, could be occurring very, very soon. And the question you're probably asking yourself is how low we could go down to. Well, looking at the monthly chart at the moment, what we could be seeing from here, if we're going to go down, let's say, at $90,000, we could utilize our beautiful Fibonacci retracement. So it's going to be typical Fibonacci. So we're going to start and put our levels of retracement, which can tell us exactly how low we could go to for the next, if we can say, the next few months or weeks. And it can tell us, also looking at our diagonal level of support, our support levels, liquidity zones where Bitcoin could go down to. So the thing is, if we're going to go and pump up to $90,000 and then we're going to have a big retracement, there is something that, of course, you have to be aware of, is that in the past, Bitcoin didn't have an ETF. So without having the ETF, the pullbacks could be way bigger. So at the moment, you have that support, from BlackRock buying all the BTC for their clients, and therefore I'm not really expecting a huge retracement after the $90,000. And therefore, what I could be expecting as our first target, once we reach this local top of 90,000, it could be maybe a retracement down to by June or July, at least I would say at $63,000. So big movement to the upside. Then we're going to see again a retracement down to, let's say, 63,000, and then of course movement to the upside. But again, that could be our first support level. In the worst case scenario, let's say that we're going to enter into a recession very soon. Let's say by May or June, it's going to be a recession. There's going to be so many problems with the stock market. The worst case scenario I can expect for Bitcoin would be to go down at this 0.618 Fibonacci at $45,000. So that could be a potential scenario. which of course could be play out. And of course, if this is gonna play, then oh my gosh, I'm gonna load up the truck and for the next impulse, which I think is gonna be way higher than this. We're gonna just obliterate $100,000 for the next impulse wave. So what I could be expecting would be like 45,000, and then of course a big parabolic melt up until we can say maybe April, June to 120, 130, 150, depending on how low we're gonna go to. I don't believe we're gonna go that low, to be honest, at 46,000. I think that 60,000, 50,000 could be our biggest level of retracement. However, we could see, of course, like a deeper one, depending if, on the macroeconomic condition and how bad the stock market is going to get. But let's go now on the weekly chart so we can see a little bit better what's going on. So the weekly chart as well. So if this weekly chart is going to close here at 70,000, would be the highest weekly chart ever closed for Bitcoin, which is going to be extremely bullish. And if that happens, of course, I'm expecting the price to go at least back to $74,000 to $75,000. But let's have a look more intraday, what I think is going to be happening for the next 1 to 2 weeks. So at the moment, I'm going to go on the 4-hour chart so you can see a little bit better intraday. And from here, as you can see, we got into this scenario here. Now, there are two potential scenarios we will see now with Bitcoin. Number one could be that BTC is forming like a double top from here. So you have a top over here, and this is our neckline. So if we're going to break the neckline, what you have to do is to calculate to see how low we could get to from here to here. And then you can translate this one down to here. So we could go down as probably $67,000 is the double top, sorry, is going to play out. And also that could be in conjunction with our level of support from here. So again, double top. So I'm going to go put my trend line. Let's see. Then I'm going to go with the neckline from here. And then you bring it over here, and it brings you exactly to this level here at $67,000. That could be like a nice level of support if we break around the level. Or the other scenario could be that Bitcoin right now is forming what we call a ascending triangle from here. So you can see it's forming a series of like higher highs and higher lows. So it's trying to break this area over here. Once it's going to break it and it's going to close above here, then of course 74,000, 75,000 is going to be our level of next level of resistance. So that could be happening like soon as well. So that's probably the two potential scenarios, which of course both of them look quite bullish. So let's see for Bitcoin. That's what I think it could be happening right now. Next one I want to talk about, guys, is Fetch USDT. Fetch AI had a crazy pump to the upside, 3.5 USD, and at the moment we are retracing down to this breakout that we had before. And what I could be expecting from here with Fetch AI would be a potential retracing down to 2.8 USD, and it could be a movement of this size. We could see maybe a push to the downside this way, go down to 2.8 by, let's say, next week, and then a big impulse to the upside again, at least up to this level over here at 3.30 again. So that would be a very good trade to take. But of course, from a long-term point of view, I believe Fetch is going to go way higher than this. So the next one is Celo USDT, guys. Celo USDT, again, we draw some charts before. Looks like it's holding the support right now quite well, but it could be going a little bit more down than this. And the way you can calculate it will be to have a look at this level of support, and the first target could be a $1.15, $1.14. And of course, if we lose that level, the next one is going to be around this area over here at 0.94. So of course, what you have to do will be to wait for Celo to go down to this area over here. Then you're going to assess, calculate, and see what happens. If you're going to have a strong bounce from here, then I will open a long position. Otherwise, if it's going to go down here 94, then it's going to just pierce this support line, and then I will be very careful and then long around this area over here. Solana as well. Solana, we discussed yesterday. We said that if we would have seen a break of this triangle over here, we will go on and open a long position. which we did, and then we made, roughly went up to $200. So well done to all of you. Actually, were able to pick up this trade, and then where is going to go from here? Well, what could be happening right now could be a retracement down to this area to retest this pennant, maybe down to here, 198, and then boom, it's going to continue to go to the upside. And of course, we have this nice diagonal level of support, so we could see maybe down to here, retest here, and then boom, to the upside again. Great. Is there any other questions or anything that you want to know about BTC and crypto? Just leave a comment down below. Of course, weekends usually is quite there's not so much movement during the weekends, especially Saturday, Sunday, also Easter holidays. So I'm not expecting like big swings. However, we're gonna be seeing that from Tuesday we're gonna resume our training to go to higher levels. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have a question, leave a comment down below. Otherwise, I'm going to see you for tomorrow for another analysis of Bitcoin and the crypto market.